Thank you, Madam Chair. Speaking of WIPP, Dr. Regalbuto, I want to start by saying thank you for your visit to WIPP last week. The workers and the community very much appreciated your being there again, and I'd like to invite you to visit Los Alamos once you're confirmed. I know that reopening WIPP continues to be a very high priority for you, and I fully support that effort. I wanted to ask you how you describe the current status of that recovery effort, and specifically, what is your best estimate for when initial waste emplacements will resume and for the return of WIPP to normal operations?
Thank you, Senator. I really appreciate the opportunity to visit Los Alamos. I've been at the laboratory side, but I haven't been at the waste and placing facility, so certainly look forward to that if confirmed. Regarding the WIPP facility, as you're aware, the Accident Investigation Board presented the last and the final of its reports. It is certainly a very comprehensive investigation. We are in the process of addressing all the recommendations. The target for waste and placement is the first quarter of next year, but please do understand that we will not do emplacement operations until the facility can be run safely. As we keep on addressing the Accident Investigation Board recommendations, we will have a better estimate of what that date will be. I personally will be there next week, and we have again, another similar type of format as we employ at Idaho, where we have an operations support team. We have about 8 different areas where we're looking at, and we're taking a look of exactly how we're going to prevent this incident from happening again, looking at all the recommendations and what it takes to implement it. So far, we have done great progress. As you're aware, we had the temporary closing of the panels, which is a major milestone and for us and for the community. We're also working in combustible loading. A significant amount of work has been done in the underground, and every time we go, it's a better place, and that is certainly the direction we want to be. We are looking into now the certification and the characterization of the material that comes to the facility, as we certainly know that that is one of the issues that was addressed by the Accident Investigation Board. So a lot of progress has been made, but more work remains to be done. And similar to any other facility in the complex, when we initiate emplacement operations, we will start with bringing in non-radioactive drums. We will practice and continue to do that, and when we're convinced that that is done safely, then we will switch to the waste itself. So emplacement will start with what we call a dummy drums. Right?
So if you meet that target of first quarter of next year for initial emplacement of dummy drums and start working your way back towards normal operations, do you have a sense for if things go smoothly when normal operations might resume?
Thank you for your question, Senator. We will have a better idea of when full, what you call full or normal operations are going back once we get a little bit farther on the permanent ventilation. As you're aware, we are competing for air in the facility, and we're not working at the permit needs to full operations. We're about 1/3, 1/4. I'm sorry, 1/3, 40% or so. We're bringing interim ventilation, a temporary ventilation, but we will need the permanent ventilation. That project is currently looking at alternatives, and we will be getting to CD1 relatively quickly once those alternatives are submitted, and we do due diligence. And then once that is done, we will have a better idea of when is the schedule going to be.
Okay. Well, backing up again to the cleanup effort at Los Alamos Lab, you're aware of my concerns about the upcoming transition in program management. As you develop an acquisition plan for the new contractors, how are you going to assure that local small businesses continue to have an opportunity to play an active role in that cleanup effort?
Thank you for your question, Senator. As you are aware, the department champions the small business efforts, and EM actually leads the department in this effort. not just from subcontractors, but from prime contractors. And that is one area that the Secretary surely emphasizes. As we move into transitioning the contracts, that is certainly one of our top priorities, not only at Los Alamos, but at all different sites of the department. And Secretary has asked us to, take a very hard look at how do we continue to have the same provisions or, similar provisions than the old contract used to have.
Well, I look forward to seeing that, and hopefully, if you could get back to us in writing about how that will look once those decisions are made, I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you, Madam Chair.